Welcome, adventurers, to a journey through the ages, where the realms of beauty and darkness collide. Today, we embark on a quest to uncover the mesmerizing transformation of Talador, a land once adorned with majestic olumba trees, into the haunting Terokkar Forest. Prepare to be captivated as we delve into the depths of this epic tale where lost kingdoms and shattered dreams intertwine. In the heart of Talador stood Auchindoun, a sacred mausoleum where the Draenei souls prepared for their journey into the afterlife. It was a sanctuary, a place of reverence and tranquility, and the final resting place for many of their revered brethren. And at the crossroads of this wondrous land lay the bustling city of Turim, a hub for travelers venturing from Shatrath to Karabor. But darkness loomed on the horizon, the rampaging orcish horde, tainted by the vile blood of Manaroth, swept across Draenor, and Talador became the Draenei's last bastion against the onslaught. They fought valiantly, repelling the horde's initial advances. But the tides turned when the orcs unleashed their demonic fury, corrupting the land with fell magic. The once vibrant trees of Talador withered into a pale, haunting green, casting an eerie pall over the once majestic woodland. The siege of Shatrath, a cataclysmic event, left the city in ruins, and the scattered Draenei were presumed extinct by the orcs and their masters, the Burning Legion. In the wake of the orcish horde's departure for Azeroth, the Iroquois outcasts seized control of all of Talador, renaming the region Terokkar, in honor of their fallen king. But tragedy struck once again. The orcs, now occupying Auchindoun, performed a ritual that unleashed devastation upon the sacred site and its surroundings. The once hallowed grounds transformed into the desolate bone wastes, a haunting reminder of the ruinous forces that had ravaged this once glorious land. It all began shortly after the crash of the Genedar, when Exarch Othar took charge and founded the Shatari Order. Their mission? To study the remains of the deceased Naru Dor. As the Draenei diligently worked, a remarkable discovery was made by Shatari Maladar. It turned out the Dor's remains were attracting the souls of the fallen Draenei from the crash. Even more astonishing, these souls could communicate with their living brethren once they arrived at the Naru. Recognizing the significance of this revelation, Velen, the wise leader of the Draenei, ordered Maladar and the other Shatari to relocate Dor to a secluded place. And so, they found the perfect spot on the outskirts of Terokkar Forest, far away from the bustling civilizations of Draenor. There, they constructed an immense mausoleum to house the Naru, and soon enough, the spirits of the Draenei followed suit. This sacred resting place became known as the Crypt of Remembrance, the very first tomb that would eventually give birth to the entirety of Auchindoun. Maladar, for his invaluable contributions, was honored as the fifth member of the Council of Exarchs and entrusted with the creation of the Auchenai Order. Their purpose? To communicate with and safeguard the souls of the departed Draenei. But the story doesn't end there. After the devastating fall of Shatrath City, many brave Vindicators, priests, and Rangari sought refuge within the protective walls of Auchindoun. Led by Exarch Maladar, they organized the military defenses and valiantly defended their sanctuary against the relentless onslaught of Tarangor and the Shadow Council. In this desperate struggle, the departed spirits of Auchindoun lent their ethereal aid, striking down numerous agents of the Shadow Council. However, Tarangor, driven by his insidious ambitions, sought out the warlocks who possessed immense power. Together, they attempted to summon a formidable demon into Draenor, but fate had other plans. Instead of the intended demon, a mysterious and otherworldly elemental creature known as Murmur was pulled from the distant corner of the universe. The sheer force of its arrival caused a cataclysmic shockwave, tearing the very earth asunder. Tragically, many Draenei lost their lives, and Auchindoun itself was torn apart, unleashing devastating waves of destructive energy and leveled the surrounding forest. Yet amidst the chaos, Maladar and a small group of resilient Draenei managed to shield themselves from the cataclysmic blast. Though they survived, their numbers were greatly diminished, leaving them vulnerable to the overwhelming might of the Shadow Council. Tarangor and his warlocks seized the opportunity, subduing the Draenei and binding them in chains. To make matters worse, Murmur was also contained deep within the shattered remains of Auchindoun. Now when players encounter Auchindoun in Burning Crusade, it is now in turmoil as different factions vie for power in this magical spot. Ethereal suck the arcane energy from the Mana Tombs, the Burning Legion harvests souls inside the Auchenai Crypts, Iroquois zealots work dark magic in the Sethekk Halls, and the Shadow Council plots its domination of Outland from within the Shadow Labyrinth. Imprisoned within the depths of the Shadow Labyrinth by the Shadow Council is Murmur, a powerful elemental similar to Ragnaros and Thunderan, and the being who brought about the devastation of Auchindoun. He is the primordial essence of sound and constantly seeks to break free of his jailers and wreak havoc upon Outland. The Shadow Council has devoted much of their forces to controlling Murmur and harnessing his power for the Burning Legion. Prepare yourselves, brave adventurers, for the shadows of Auchindoun hold both danger and opportunity. Enter its forsaken chambers, but tread with caution, for the echoes of suffering and the spirits of the past are woven into its very essence. Unravel the enigmas that lie within and uncover the truths hidden in the heart of this besieged city. In the mystical realm of the Manitombs, a land inhabited by a majority of ethereal beings who stand united against the powerful consortium, a tale of intrigue and forbidden entry unfolds. The ethereal members of the consortium find themselves barred from entering the Manitombs, thanks to the formidable anti-ethereal wards meticulously crafted by the enigmatic Nexus Prince Schaffer. Despite their relentless efforts to breach the gates, the ethereal consortium has met with little success, often resulting in the unfortunate and inexplicable combustion of their brave testers, who dared to venture through the gate. The consortium claims that the ethereal inhabitants of the Manitombs are cunning thieves, pilfering their treasures with impunity. If one desires to engage in business with the consortium, they must prove their loyalty by aiding in the elimination of this ethereal competition. The Auchenai Crypts. Deep within the forsaken depths of Auchindoun, the cult unleashed a cataclysmic event, releasing a malevolent force of unimaginable power from its arcane captivity. The very fabric of the city was torn asunder, reduced to a haunting landscape of bones and decay. It is a place that beckons to intrepid adventurers, and they must heed the solemn warning of the Auchenai, the original guardians of Auchindoun. Those who do not show reverence to the departed risk entombment alongside them. Within these haunted halls, unspeakable experiments were conducted, driven by a relentless pursuit of knowledge in the forbidden realm of necromancy. Countless spirits were subjected to unimaginable torment or obliterated, their ethereal essence forever scarred within Auchindoun's cursed confines. Before the arrival of Talador, a revered exarch, another leader once guided the crypts. The crypts hold secrets and mysteries waiting to be unraveled, whispering tales of forgotten heroes and lost legacies. Venturing into the Sethekk Halls, a harrowing wing of the Auchindoun instance, one encounters renegade Arakoa, led by the deranged Talon King Ikis. The sinister figure holds not only the fate of the Sethekk Halls, but also possesses the elusive Shadow Labryinth key, a crucial artifact granting access to even greater secrets. Having broken away from Skedus under the guidance of Ikis and Darkweaver Sith, the Sethekk believed themselves to be the true servants of the mysterious master who holds sway over all Arakoa. The cataclysmic destruction of Auchindoun served as a twisted omen, compelling Ikis and his followers to seek their master's return amidst the ruins of this once sacred temple. Deep within the depths of Auchindoun, the nefarious cult unleashed a cataclysmic force, shattering the decaying city into fragments of bone and ruin. Its malevolent power is born from the very essence of arcane captivity, a force that defied mortal comprehension. Now, the remnants of Auchindoun stand as a haunting testament to the consequences of tampering with forces beyond mortal reckoning. Dare you venture into this forsaken realm? A word of caution echoes through the ages, carried on the ethereal whispers of the original guardians, the Auchenai. Heed their warning, for those who fail to respect the sanctity of the dead may find themselves forever entwined within their tomb-like embrace. As you tread upon the bone-littered remnants of Auchindoun, let your senses be filled with both trepidation and awe. The air is heavy with the weight of forgotten histories and ancient secrets, waiting to be unraveled by intrepid adventurers such as yourself. Amidst the desolate echoes, you may catch glimpses of the shadows that once held sway, casting a pall over the now abandoned corridors. Prepare to step into the unknown, where the line between life and death grows thin. Explore the mysteries that lie within these broken walls, where peril and revelation intertwine. Will you emerge unscathed, or will the secrets of Auchindoun claim you as their own? Embrace the thrill of discovery, for within the fallen remains of Auchindoun, a tale of ancient power and tragic descent awaits. Journey forth, brave souls, and let the legacy of this forsaken city weave its spell around you. So before we end off the video, I just wanted to do a clarification or a correction for something that I may or may not have misunderstood when looking at the wiki and figuring out all this. In the history that I remember, the Draenei arrived on Draenor when it was still before it became Outland. So when it mentions that Velen asked him to find a perfect spot on the outskirts of Terokkar Forest, I feel it should say Talador. However, when I've looked at the wiki again and I've tried to figure it out, it still says Terokkar, and I don't really know. So part of me says that it really means Talador, because from what I've understood from reading the lore and looking at other videos and stuff like that, the Draenei were there and all that happened before the orcs had the blood curse and before everything went down, and it got changed to Terokkar. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments if that's actually correct, that it happened like that, or if maybe I just missed something. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video where we discuss more fabulous WoW lore. Take care of yourself. See you in the next one.